Everyone, what's up? It's me again, Junkermaster3, and actually quite lazy right now. I could have made this video downstairs, but I decided to make it right here because yeah, I am a lazy bastard. So yeah, but this is going to be the continuation of that horror top list type of deal, where I list like my favorite horror movies from 1980 and then 1981 and then 1982 and so on and so on. So this is going to be 1981. These are like my favorite horror films from that year, and just like I said with my other list or like my other video, is that some of these films do not have to be in this specific order or in this specific place in this list, because I mean, you watch movies all the time, so sometimes maybe these get like replaced in orders or like replaced by other titles, so you never know. So yeah, let's begin with number 10. Number 10 we have Just Before Dawn. Once again, like probably some of you already know, I'm a big fan of horror films that takes place out in the wilderness, and yeah, this is really great in my opinion. I would say this is another one of those films that just because of the atmosphere alone just makes this entire film, and this soundtrack is very creepy and eerie as well. The killers aren't really the killers. Now I spoiled it, but they're not really that memorable, to be honest. But yeah, just like I said, the other characters and the environment and the score just brilliant. And this is directed by Jeff Lieberman, who also directed Squirm. So yeah, Just Before Dawn. And at number 9 is probably one of the best made-for-TV horror movies of all time. The film called Dark Night of the Scarecrow. Takes place out in this not farm, but this like village or like this little town, and there's like this retarded guy, and not retarded, but he has some sort of disease or something, and disease, that sounds weird, but he has some diagnosis or something, but he is really at the wrong place at the wrong time, because he spends his time most of the time to he's like, I'm not too sure how old he is. I think he's supposed to be maybe like 25 or 30 or something, and he's hanging out with this very young girl. She doesn't look like she's more than maybe 8 or 9, I believe, or something like that. And of course she like dies in an accident because she gets like mauled by a dog, I believe. And of course all of the locals think that the retard did it. So they also already say that in this film, like, Baba did it. So yeah, this is pretty much like a revenge film. So yeah, if you like revenge films and if you like horror films, check this one out. This is one of the better made-for-TV films. Now at let's see here, number 8, we have The Beyond. Of course, Lucio Fulci. I've talked about this movie before. Not too sure if I'm really need to add anything, because I think most people already know about this film. Once again, when it comes to Lucio Fulci, some of the gore effects in this film is just great. And yeah, The Beyond, I don't really know what else to say about that, but it's at number 8. And then at number, now I've mixed up here, haven't I? No, this is the right. Number 7 we have, I'm just gonna do this because I'm just assuming that YouTube doesn't like tits. So yeah, Possession from 1981, with Sam Neill and Isabelle Adjani. I'm not really sure how to pronounce her name, but her performance in this is just amazing, and I think it's pretty damn eerie and creepy as well, because apparently this role took such a hard toll on her, so she actually attempted to commit suicide. So this movie took really many years for her to just like forget about, or like just that whole experience. So yeah, but anyway, this film is really great, and it also has Sam Neill in it, pretty young Sam Neill, and very hard to like describe this film. I would say this is a film that you don't really know that much about before you go into it. So yeah, Possession, sorry. And then this is a film I'm really glad I have this edition, because I think I bought like maybe one or two different releases before I got this release, because this is the fully uncut release, and the other releases I bought before were the cut version. So I was like, fuck this shit. So yeah, but anyway, this film is such a great slasher, one of my favorite slashers. I mean, there's a whole lot of slasher films in this year which just could be on this list, but we just left out outside of maybe in top 11, 12, yeah, those numbers anyway. But anyway, this film is called My Bloody Valentine at number 6. Gotta love Harry Warden with his pickaxe killing people, and I really like the fact that they released this fully uncut, because it felt like it took ages. Now I think this release is like long gone out of print, but I think it took quite some time before this movie actually got released fully uncut. So really cool to finally see all of those gory kills. I mean, I liked it before I even saw those kills, but it just has like an extra fun factor to it. So yeah, don't really know what else. I think most people already know about this one, but yeah, My Bloody Valentine, really great film at number 6. Don't check out that lazy, boring remake. I didn't like that. Then we have at number 5. This could have been higher up. I mean, like I said in the beginning of the video, they could have gone either way in the ranking system here or whatever. But at number 5, we have The Burning. I think I had 3 releases of this. One which was a UK release, and one Region 1 release, and then finally this is the Swedish release, which I just bought right away when I saw it. Has some extras in it as well, but many people tend to say that this is like a Friday the 13th ripoff, but apparently I'm not too sure about this, but from what I've heard, this storyline or this story was written before Friday the 13th. It's just like the Friday the 13th film came out before this one. So I'm not too sure if that's true or not, but that's some rumors I've heard. So yeah, The Burning. Once again, great special effects by Tom Savini. He really does some great job with some of those practical effects. So yeah, The Burning at number 5. Now I really need to speed up because I've been talking for almost 8 minutes now. At number 4 we have Friday the 13th Part 2. I would say the thing is, first when I watched these films for the first time, I liked Part 2 more than Part 1, but now I think I like Part 1 more than Part 2. But still, yeah, Part 2 is still a really great film, and it's with Baghead Jason, and yeah, everyone I've already talked about this one to death, so not going to say anything else. But yeah, Friday the 13th Part 2 at number 4. And let's see here, then we have at number 3 we have another Lucio Fulci film, which apparently came out in the same year, House by the Cemetery. This is probably my favorite Lucio Fulci film to date. Most people probably would say Zombie Flesh Eaters or Zombie 2, depending on where you live. Some people would probably say The Beyond as well, or say Day of the Living Dead. But this, yeah, it's something about this film which I really like. And one thing which I don't like about this film, though, is the horrible dubbing of, what's his name? Bob? Is that the name of the character? Not too sure, I think it was Bob. Anyway, House by the Cemetery, great Lucio Fulci film, coming in at number 3. And at number 2 we have John Landis, An American Werewolf in London. And apparently this is like a really cool double disc release. Documentary as well here, and actors commentary, behind the scenes, outtakes, yeah, so on, so on. Probably one of the best werewolf films of all time, in my opinion. I really like the Wolfman from the 40s with what's his name now? I completely blacked out now. What's his name? The guy who plays the Wolfman in the 40s version. Damn, shit, same. I'm probably gonna remember it after the video. But anyway, this one along with Dog Soldiers is probably my favorite werewolf films. So yeah, An American Werewolf in London at number 2. And at number 1 we have a film I can watch over and over again. I never get tired of it, really love it. Once again, another film which takes place like in the middle of nowhere basically. So yeah, Evil Dead. great film. I've said I don't really need to explain anything else. Now, for some of you, probably say that, oh, you missed that film and you missed that film. Some of those films that I haven't included in this list, I haven't seen in quite a while. So maybe I need to rewatch some of them to give them another chance, and then maybe they would have ended up in this list. So, for example, the Howling, I know for sure that very many people really like. But the first time I watched that film, I didn't care too much for it, because I think I watched the Shawshank Redemption before I watched that film, and that just had a bad impact on me or something. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I really need to rewatch that. But and also, like, Happy Birthday to Me. And I mean, I can leave not the link, but I can leave some other suggestions down in the description box, just so you can see some films that just barely, some films that didn't make it to this list. So yeah, sorry for my mumbling here. I'm gonna end the video before I bore you to tears. But yeah, hope everyone enjoyed and didn't get bored, and I hope to see you again as soon as possible. So see you next time. Bye bye.